everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new week of JJ 3 Under 30. I have been playing all weekend. Well, not all weekend, but a majority of it. And look at this little container of just deliciousness. I made some more of these little, oh, I just love the sound of these little charms. And they, I mean, look, aren't they just delicious? So I made some more of those and I'll show you how I made them. So I have these rings and they are listed in my Amazon store and they are 12mm jump rings. You can get bigger, you can get 15, you can go up to 20, but I like the 12. So grab a load of those. I've got them in all different colours. Then what I did was I grabbed some pieces of paper. So I took a couple of sheets of paper pads that I had round me, and this one I took. This is the Cartographer by Prima. This one I put loads on because can you see these postmarks and the stamps and stuff and the italic writing? This page was absolutely perfect. So all I really did was I grabbed some rings and then I just put the rings around the sections that I wanted. So go and check out your scrapbook papers, your backing papers. Something tells me that Tim Holtz will have loads on his backdrops. So, and then if you just want some italic writing in the background, just plonk some down there. And then I use either glossy accents or, where are you? The Nouveau Crystal Glaze. So these are your choices. This is by Tonic, so you can get this off Tonic Studios, and you can pretty much get glossy accents absolutely any way you like. You can also use UV resin if you want to, which is a lot faster because obviously you put it under the UV lamp and it cures it straight away. Or you can just, what I do is when I leave my craft room of an evening, I look through all my papers, I lay all my rings out, then I'd fill them up with the crystal glaze or the glossy accents, leave them overnight. When I come back in my craft room in the morning, they're dried, they're perfect. And then I just sit there and I just cut them all out. So that's what I did, and you get some really, oh, I've just dropped a load. You get some absolutely stunning results. So you don't need to buy digitals or anything like that. You can use your stamps. If you've got any stamps, go through your stamps. I've got some miniature stamps that are perfect for these. But just go through your scrapbook papers. Go through all the ones that you will be surprised what kind of little images you find in there to use. So go through your scrapbook papers. Let me give them a mix up because those white backgrounds are getting on my nerves. Go through your scrapbook papers, get your rings out, and then, yeah, have a play. And honestly, you will have so many. I mean, look how many I cut up, and I only used 3 sheets of 6x6. That's it. So then what I did was I stitched. So one Sunday a while ago, I cut loads of fabric because I found all my fabric, and I cut loads of fabric and I made some fabric butterflies. I have got a video on this. I made loads of fabric butterflies, so I thought, right, I'm going to do something with them. So I did. I got my butterflies and I made some fabric butterfly clusters. I mean, how cool are these? These butterflies are from House Whimsy. So moths. And some of them are moths too as well. But they are listed. House Whimsy is listed in my description box. So, yeah, I mean, look. Aren't they just beautiful? Look at that one. Oh, And then I did some bigger ones. These 3 are from Sevenplaza's Antique Entomology. But aren't they just... Oh, how gorgeous are they? So I made a load of those because you never know. And then... Oh, wait till you see these. So I had some jumbo whale tails tabs left over because I've got the jumbo one. And I sat there and I was like, oh, I'm going to do something with those. So I made some... I've been proper using my butterflies this weekend. I made some clusters. Some butterfly clusters. How cool are they? Absolutely stunning. And then I did these. And I used my Stabilo awl underneath the wings and one of the little dangles and just stitched and some of my washi tape. And yeah, I mean, can you let me just... So this is, I've got a video on this as well. This is my paper bag journal. So look at this. I mean, come on. Isn't that just delicious? Look at that. Oh, it's just... I mean, come on. It's so cool. Oh, I love them. I absolutely love them. So I made those, and then I got my tin of page tabs because, where is it? I've got my peppermint bark tin full. I sat there one day and just, out of a load of scrap bits of paper, just cut a load of different page tabs. So I had them ready. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have a play. Now, first off, this one was in my stash. And I was just like, oh, do you know what? Before I went in last night, I just put a ring over the received, put some glossy accents on it, and it was dry. Look how cool that looks. Just love it. Absolutely love it. But then I started messing around with a couple of the other tabs as well, and I made these for. Aren't they cute? So just little teeny weeny page tabs, and then these, I mean, you could plop on there. Look how cool that looks. Or even put it on the top of the music paper like that, so that it sticks out the top of the journal. Isn't that just so cool? Oh, I just love them. Absolutely love them. And then, I don't know if you remember, but when I brought out my, so it was my collector recorded, but I do have a video on this. I stamped on back of Heidi Swap sticker paper a load of labels, and then I literally just did loads and loads of stamping. So I had so many pieces of ephemera. I actually think this is, as I'm using, this is my, well, it's using my stamps anyway. So yeah, so I made some of those, and then that gave me an idea, and I was like, I'm not using them, because I went through my drawers. I've got these little cardboard drawers. If you've been following me a while, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I went through these little cardboard drawers, and I found them, and I was like, I need to do something with those. So I made these, and look at the bark, that texture embossing folder. And then I made this one, and I made this one, and I made this one, and this is my favourite one. Can you tell? I made that one, and then I made that one. I mean, aren't they just delicious? I have had so much fun. Absolutely so much fun. But then, so Tracie from House Whimsy, her Moths 2 is absolutely delightful. So you get loads and loads of pages of these moth and butterfly strips. I have shown it on my channel before. It is linked in the description. And I cut a load out. So literally, I have a gorgeous stash of all Art House Whimsy's butterflies and moths. But I was looking at them and I was like, I like them like that. So you also get them in all different sizes. I mean, look. And I printed some out too to a page, so some of them are smaller as well. But they're just so gorgeous. Look at these. Absolutely just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So then that gave me the idea with, let me put these back in the tub. With the black cardstock that I found in Poundland the other day, I cut some cardstock to the correct size, and then I made these. I mean, aren't they just gorgeous? The texture, the grunge, oh, I just love them. The layers, and I double cut them all. So look, the butterflies underneath as well. How beautiful. Just a little added extra and a little stamped, crushed, hammered brad as well. Some of the little charms that I made. And then we've got this one as well. Again, they're all layered. I mean, look. And even this little one. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? So I printed 2 off of each. And then look at that one. I mean, come on. And again, use some of the labels as well. So I made those, and these are, oh, aren't they just, I mean, come on. Just so, I mean, you could even look at that on there as an opening, or even just, oh, isn't it just beautiful? They all go. Every single one of them goes with this journal cover. I mean, wow. Just wow. I sorted so much stuff out yesterday. So much stuff. Anyway, back to the video. Yes, we are doing JJ 330 today. So, but as much as you will probably watch this video and be like, really, Toni? I mean, obviously you can do 3 of these under 30 minutes. There's quite a lot of work that goes into them, and there's quite a lot of layers and stuff like that. So I thought I'd do this because I know I have made cluster videos before, but I still get a lot of comments from you all saying that you can't do clusters and stuff like that. So I thought if I just worked on 3 clusters and allow them 10 minutes a time, you might have a better idea of kind of how I put together and stuff. So I'm really going to explain to you what I'm doing and stuff like that, and then hopefully you can, you know, go away from this video and be like, I feel confident enough to make clusters. But do feel confident, because I couldn't do it in the beginning. Mine looked awful in the beginning, and I was like, I'm never going to get the hang of this. What do I do? But it is literally prep. I have said that for so long now, like well over a year, that clusters are easy if you prep, if you have everything in front of you and you prep for them. So you've got your stamped images, you've got your washi tape, you've got your fabric, any kind of fabric that you're using. You're gonna have your little charms and stuff like that, and all, like I said, all your stamped images, your butterflies if you want to put butterflies on them, or any other kind of focal point that you want to put on there. And I already had some of the cardstock cut out because I did a whole sheet of A4. So I already have some of that. But like I said, prep is key. Let's go prep. And prep's fun. Prep's the fun part of it. So I have some of these. These measure 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. I have allowed myself a nice big border on these this time because, well, the disaster of the border. I don't even know what I was thinking. Well, I wasn't thinking head full of pudding. And then I've gone through the digitals from House Whimsy. And because I printed 2 off, I've cut them out and I've matched them up. So let's go through what I'm going to do, because this works out easier for me. I'm going to stop the camera. And then I'm going to press record, because then I can keep an eye on the time on my camera. So, yeah. So each one is going to have its 10 minutes. So I've not started the 3 and 30 minutes yet. This is just a rather long intro. But yeah, I wanted to show you what I'd made. It's fun. And it's my first video back. I know it's on a Tuesday, but it's my first video back after the weekend. So, yeah, let's get crafting. Right, so first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the images and cut out the butterfly. Now, you can do this before you start building. Again, like I said, prep is key. Don't worry about too much about it being like cutting it out perfectly, because we're going to go round it with walnut stain anyway, just to get rid of all the white edges. And I'm not going to cut out the feelers, the antennas, because the antennas are on this one underneath. So they're not needed. So sorry, Mr. Moth. Just cut round. Perfect. And then I'm going to get my vintage photo and my dauber, and then I'm just going to lightly go around the edge. And then what I also like to do is fold down the body and just go along like that. It just kind of gives it like a definition. Let me show you. And then, yeah, look at that. And then maybe, but look at that. See what I mean? Right, now we're going to put this aside. Get rid of the rubbish. And then get your distresser or an old pair of scissors. And then just grunge up the edges. Now, I've printed these on, I think it's 120 matte photo paper. So if you use that, be careful because it rips. Right, now I'm going to take a piece of my Crayola cardstock. Sand around the edges. Oh, it's delicious. And already that on its own just looks so cool. But we're not going to stop there. So we've got some light colour. So I'm thinking of... See, this bit's got yellow in it, but I'm thinking this kind of colour would look really cool. Now, I know... Do you know what? I'm thinking because we're using... I'm going to use mummy cloth from Mr. Holt's. So I'm going to cut it to length. And then I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to cut a piece that's the same as the end. Cut that in half. There we go. And you can dye this if you want as well. So then I'm going to take my, let's check the time. Right. Come on, Mr. Glue. And then place that around the bottom. And then place that around the bottom. Do a line down the side. Put that there. Put that there. And then, look at that. Perfectly done without having to use a load of mummy cloth. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let me just take these little bits off. But keep these strands. Ah! Toni, what you doing? We've not got time. Yeah, keep these strands. Put them in your little sewing machine strand box. Right, so I'm going to glue on the back. And place that on. Oh my goodness! What is going on? It's because I've got sticky fingers. I need to put some more glue down now. Right, let's get that off there and use your hands. There we go. Stick that down there and then hold it down for a second. Not too long because we've only got 10 minutes. And then get your labels, and again, we don't want to waste. Put this here. Let's see what else we've got. It's warm here today. And then put this just here. Grab the butterfly. Place that down on top. Hold it down. Lift up the wings. Grab yourself, where's my basket? Let's use that one. Put that there. And there you have a really cool cluster label. How long have we got left? Oh, we've got a minute left. So what else can we do? Let's take a couple of these off here, just so we can see the black background. We could have done a bit of stitching across there, but I kind of like that as it is, to be honest. Let's put this on because we need to bring in something this colour. Put this. I like it there. There we go. Number 1 done. Perfect. Right, so we're going to start on the second one. I did have a few seconds left, so I did do a little bit of stitching. Didn't take up any of my time because it literally took a couple of seconds. That was it. So I have done a bit of prep. I've pulled out some Curator snippets, the stamped ones, and some of my labels, because I think that's the bit that takes the time. Well, that and cutting the butterfly out. So let's get on with cutting this out. Do you know what? I'm going to cut off those long bit. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to cut them. God, that was close. I nearly did. So yeah, I think this is the lengthy time. So if you know you're going to do this project, print out 2 of each and then go and cut one of them out and then just place it on top, so that way all your prep work's done. I mean, you don't have to. You can work it however you want. If you want to do it like I'm doing it, sort of like one at a time, that's entirely up to you. I tell you what I do though. These bits down the side, I save them because they're cool little pieces of ephemera. That's it. Right. I'm just cutting round. I mean, normally, you know me and my fussy cutting. I normally put on a movie. I've actually got James Stewart and Grace Kelly, Rear Window, on pause at the minute because that's what I was watching. And then that's when I thought, do you know what? Film it, because they're going to love them just like you do. All right, there we go. And like I said, keep these bits. Put them away into your little ephemera tub. Go over. I don't even know how long that took. So that took a couple of minutes to cut. Let's take that little piece of paper off. There we go, and that's ready. And then let's do the distressing. Oh, see what I mean? I think I did use, the paper is really thin. This might even be 80 grams. I'm not too sure. But it's not a problem. I don't mind the rip. I'm not bothered. Right, then grab your piece of black cardstock. Sand around the edges. Perfect. And this one's cool. So I have got I've got some of this, and I love this stuff. So I'm going to see if I can, yeah, because look at that. It's delicious. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to work out a length, trim, work out the length, trim, and then do the sides as well. Perfect. And then I should be, yeah, perfect. Because this stuff just looks so cool. And look how much you're using. Like, you're hardly using any of it. So put on your glue. And then glue it down. And I think I'm going to turn this one around because I like that grungy side. And then down the side. And again, where's the ice cream van? And put this down there. And then look at that. I mean, come on, doesn't it look so cool? I think I'm going to cut that little smidgen off there. Right, so now I'm going to glue, and I'm just dabbing a little bit on the fabric as well, because then hopefully it won't stick to me. And then place that down. I mean, just like that. Isn't that just cool? Oh, I love it. Right now, because that one didn't take so long, I'm just going to quickly do some stitching, and I'm going to do it on camera. I've got my sewing machine is just here, so I'm just going to, I'm not going to do a lot of stitching. So that's it, just there. And then I think I'm going to do a bigger cross, like zigzag stitch along the bottom. There we go. Sometimes if I rush it, my zigzag stitch goes a bit skew-whiff, but I don't mind. I don't mind. Right, so now we're going to stick on our little butterfly. Put that in place like that. And then we're going to work out what pieces we want where. So I actually think I might want to, yeah. But again, I'm going to trim it because I like to use these bits like this, and I will use these in other projects. So just put that there like that. And then, like I said, these bits you could just put up there, or like that, or have it come down like that. But I think one's enough on there, and I think I want this one. So just gonna ragged it up. And then that could go, oh, I quite like it there. Let's put that there. Then we could have another one over here. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. This is the hardest part. I don't want blue either. That one's cool. How long have I got? Oh, I've got a few seconds. And that we will call done. Perfect. Right, so the last one, and I think I'm doing well with my time. I think the most time-consuming part of this is cutting the butterflies out. So I definitely, on the moth, sorry, definitely recommend cutting these out first. I mean, I personally think it's the fun part. I love me some fussy cotton. Again, keep the edges because you never know when you're going to need. If you're making clusters, these little pieces of ephemera are perfect just for like tucking behind things. And we love layers. There we go, nearly done. There we go, perfect. Let's put that over there. Like I said, look, keep these little bits because you can cut like 1/4 inch circles out and stuff like that as well. Right, so, and let's be a bit more careful. Don't rush this bit. I mean, if you want to rip it, it's fine. And then it's just... And then you can also get your sander and just... Because don't forget, it's printed paper, so it actually sands really nicely. So now with this one, what are we going to do with this one? So I have got some of this and I love this stuff. So let's rip a piece there and then stretch it back out again. And then let's work out. So let's a bit about there as well. Put this back in our little tub. Stretch it out. I don't even know what kind of fabric this is, I'm afraid. And then it should be, oh, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. So then just trim it. And then I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. Oh, mucky nozzle. And then just glue. And I'm going to turn it over and make sure I've got it where I want it. And then get our black piece, give it a sand. I love this stuff. I definitely am going to say that I think this cardstock is the find of the year. Oh, come off of there. Right, so now again I'm going to use Fabri-Tac just because we've got fabric going around the whole back of it. Place that down. Hold that down. And then you can pull these bits out from the side. Look at that. Oh my goodness! Right, and then put the body on, or the other moth. Line it up with the one underneath. Perfect. Oh, I love that. I think I'm going to do some stitching just down the sides. Just down these side bits. Plus I love the strands. And I love the, because I'm using a colour thread that looks a lot like vintage photo. So I love that pop of golden colour on my work. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Like, look at that. Just that little pop of, just looks awesome. It looks so cool. Right, let's put that back and let's start decorating. So we could have this down here, but there's too much black on it. I quite like that there. Oh my goodness, my basket has just fallen of all my bits and pieces. Right, I'm just going to pause the camera and go and cry. I think I saved them all, but when I was cleaning them up, I found this on the floor, and this was literally my face when they fell. This spooky little pumpkin, that was my face. That was how I felt. Right, so we've put that label on there. I definitely think we need some white on here, so I think maybe the botanical one with a little touch of walnut stain, oxide, not distress, and then that can go on there like that. And I'm pretty sure I punched a load of, oh, look, there was even a little butterfly on that paper pad. I punched out a load of the banners somewhere. I don't know where. Lift that up and lift that up. Oh, this is just so cool. So cool. Yeah, because I've got a few minutes left. And we all know I love a bit of ephemera. Let's fold it in half. And if you haven't got a sander, use your scissors. Put that there. And then I did just see this. And this is my favourite little stamp. I'm thinking, maybe there. There we go. And we're done. Whew! With, I reckon, some minutes to spare. That was close. That was close. But there we go. 3 beautiful moth clusters labels that you can use wherever you want. Right, let me just pause because this is the end now, so then we'll go to the outro. Ta-da! So here are our 3 cute little clusters. I know it doesn't look like a lot. It's like, that's a half-an-hour video, but you was here. It was. And now I have a whole basket. I'm loving that cardstock. I really am. But how beautiful are they? Stunning clusters to have in your collection. And then even just if you're making a tag or a journal card or something like that, or a little folio, oh, I just love having ready-made ephemera. I really do. Now this needs to transfer out of this basket into the ready-made basket. I love them. Absolutely love them. So thank you everybody for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Yay! You're so lucky getting me twice in a row. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Let me know what you want me to do in the comments. Oh, yeah, because... So, thank you everybody for being here. Don't forget to tag me, and don't forget to search the hashtag JJ3under30 to see what everybody's doing. I am loving all your stuff. It is amazing. Thank you everybody for joining in. I really appreciate it. It's so much fun. And then at the end of it, we're going to have such a cool journal. It's going to be so much fun. It really is. Until next time, everybody, happy crafting and take care. Bye. Thank you.